Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jordan from PictureMonk.com, and welcome to another How I Edit video. I'm trying to do as many of these as I can. These are becoming to be very popular on YouTube as far as photography videos go. So I thought I'd crank out as much of these as I can. And for this one, I'm going to edit a really cool waterfall photo, taken a while back actually, and I'm just now getting around to edit some of these. As you can see, some of these down here were edited, but I'm going to try to do a little bit different editing on this one. So let's go and get started. And the first thing I'm going to do, which I usually do to all my photos, is enable the profile correction. So let me go ahead and do lens correction, enable profile, and it kind of straightens it up a little bit. It takes away a little bit of the vignette. And now we can go in the basic edits. So first thing I'm going to do, I notice there's a little bit of blown outs here. I'm going to go ahead and take down the highlights to see what I can get back. Probably right around there. I don't think I'm going to mess with the shadows much, but I am going to take up the contrast. Probably right there. And one thing that's really bothering me about this photo is just the color of the foreground. You know, you got the cool water coming off, and then you got like the muddy yellow rock and the water down here. So I'm going to try to correct that. There's a couple ways you can do it. First, I'm going to try a gradient mask to see what I can take care of that way. I'll probably not mess with the temperature, but maybe the saturation. Maybe like that. Bring down the highlights even more. So probably right around there. I like the way that turned out. It doesn't turn everything blue, but you still have a little bit of the yellowish going on here. So I think I'm going to keep that the way it is. For the clarity, I'm messing around with the clarity. I'm not sure if I'm liking the positive clarity. A lot of people don't actually go down, go negative on the clarity. They think, clarity, boom, let's try it this way, perfect. But you kind of want to mess with the negative clarity to see how that can benefit your photo. So I think I'm going to leave it right there. Vibrance a little bit to enhance some of the cool colors. Let's see, what can we do here? Obviously detail. I always like to crank up the sharpness a little bit and make sure I have a good sharp photo. Tone curve. What can we get out of here as far as contrast goes? I don't want to make it too punchy, but I don't want it to be too flat either. And I don't want it to be an over stylized image. So it's kind of a tough call. The image is okay by itself as far as this goes. I mean, if you're going to go for a color image, this is not that bad. Okay, I'm kind of liking the way this is going. Yeah, let's take down the shadows. I usually bump up the shadows, but let's take those down. Mess with the whites. For the color image, I think I'm just going to go with that one. I actually like the way that works out. So, to use my snapshots, I'm going to do a color 1. And kind of like I always try to do is do a black and white to see how that looks. So let's go ahead and turn this one to black and white. And just by taking it to black and white, I kind of like that better. And now I have a little more leeway to go creative on this. So, I mean, I can go for a high contrast black and white, which is a pretty good way to go. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it fairly simple. See, if I want to keep the highlights and the waterfall back there, but I don't want these to blow out. So take my gradient mask and take that down. I could probably get rid of the other gradient mask actually. Let's go ahead and do that first so we know we're working from a blank. Okay. And just to make sure I got a straight gradient mask, which is what I'm going for here, I'm holding the shift key to make it go completely straight up. So let's take the clarity back to where it was. Exposure. Now we can take down the highlights. Kind of get a little more detail back in the rocks. And even though this is a black and white image, messing with the temperature can definitely create a really interesting photo. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take down the shadows in the foreground. Okay, I like the way that looks. I like the way that looks for a black and white. Still messing with the clarity about this one. I don't know if it's good to go really sharp midtones or not. I think I'm gonna have to leave it there. Again, I don't want this to be a really over stylized image. I just want it to be a really good black and white. One last thing I might try to do just to play around with it is to play with a vignette, which I do like. I didn't think I would, but I do like it. Do a little post-crop vignetting here. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it right there. So let's do the black and white. All right, so this is what we started out with. We have a color. As you can tell, it didn't really do much, just sharpened it up in the image and made it, made it more edit worthy. Don't really want to go too crazy on it. And then we got the black and white here, which is probably what I would prefer. If I'm going to hang this up or I'm going to get it printed or whatever, I'll probably go for the black and white. So I really like how that turned out. It really brings out the detail in the rocks and the textures and stuff. So I really like that image. All right, guys, thanks for joining me in this How I Edit video. If you like these videos, let me know. Leave a comment down section. Leave me a comment in the section down below. Mess that up. And give a thumbs up, give a thumbs down, whichever you prefer. And head on over to PictureMonk.com for more photography, everything. And thanks again, guys, for joining me, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.